Hey ladies and gentlemen, Steven here from Redolessence. Welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're all doing well and I hope your week is off to a great start. In today's episode, we're going to be focusing our attention on 10 fragrances that in my opinion are better than the original, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before we start this video of 10 flankers that in my opinion are better than the original, I do want to mention that if you are a fan of fragrance related content, if you like fragrance reviews here on YouTube, but also top 10 lists just like this, giveaways, unboxings, and more, please do consider supporting this channel by subscribing to it. All you have to do is click on that red button in the corner. And of course, while you're at it, please be sure to enable notifications by clicking on the bell icon. So, of course, we know there's a wide sea of fragrances out there, a vast sea of fragrances out there, both designer and niche. And I tried to include a little bit of both in this list. And there are times when the flanker comes out, it achieves a certain status and stature within the industry and the community, and people are in love with it. And then there are also times where the original is a little bit ho-hum, but then a flanker will come out that sort of redeems it. I really think that that's the case with these 10 fragrances. For a lot of these, I also enjoy the original as well, but there's just something about the flanker that I think I prefer to the original. So as I reveal all 10 of these fragrances, I'm going to be letting you know what aspect of the flanker do I actually enjoy more than the original. And at this point, I also would like to ask all of you to leave a like down below if you like this topic, and also leave a comment down below letting me know what fragrances do you have in your collection where you believe the flanker is better than the original. So let's go ahead and start this list. And the first fragrance that I want to talk about is by Ataro, and this one is called The Most Wanted. So this is, again, a recent pickup of mine. I know this is like the second time that I'm talking about it on my channel. I do plan on reviewing it, I promise. And to be honest with you, I wasn't the biggest fan of the original just because I found that it was sort of emulating some Paco Rabanne DNAs. And so this one is deeper, it's a little sweeter, it has a richness to it that I think is lacking in the original. And to be honest with you, I also kind of like Wanted by Night. You know, I was debating, is that my favorite flanker or is this my favorite flanker? I'm going to save it for the review, but I personally enjoy both of those over the original. And I think the only flanker I wasn't crazy about is Wanted Tonic, but even that one is very fresh, easy to wear. However, I don't think it's better than the original, but this one is certainly a good one, a great flanker that in my opinion is better than the original Ataro Wanted. So the next one is a niche fragrance, and I actually do like the original of this one. This one by Parfums de Marly is Pegasus Exclusive. So if you know the original Pegasus, it's vanilla, florals, jasmine, almond, creamy, but it has that nutty profile to it as well. This one has a certain dark smokiness about it that I'm really enjoying. It's a little spicy. It has like hints of cardamom in here as well. Pegasus Exclusive is awesome. It's darker, it's more mysterious. The original is very versatile, and I think it has that unisex quality about it. Perhaps this one leans a little bit more masculine, and that's why I like it, but I personally really enjoy the exclusive version over the original. And so another time that the flanker, in my opinion at least, is better than the original. The next one that I want to talk about is by Paco Rabanne. This is the most recent iteration of this fragrance. Just came out this year in 2021, by the way. And this one is called Invictus Victory. Honestly, I wasn't crazy about the original Invictus. I personally do like Invictus Aqua. I actually ran through a couple bottles of that. I also have the 2016 version, and one of the reasons why I wear Invictus Aqua is because it's my most complimented fragrance to date. But this fragrance has a bit of a chocolatey nuance in the heart that I'm really liking, and so it's kind of like the Invictus DNA, but a little bit more gourmand, and I love the gourmand genre, so I personally love Invictus Victory, and I think pretty much every flanker that came out for Invictus is better than the original. Of course, the original is the one that is the most, for lack of a better word, dare I say plain. I'm not going to say it's uninspiring. I do find it to be a little bit plain. And then when you explore the different directions and trajectories, that the flankers go in, I do think that they all kind of have their own interesting element that they contribute to the DNA, but I really like Victory. The next one is by Cartier, and this one is Pasha de Cartier Edition Noir, and this is like a special limited edition if I have that correct. I think this one came out in 2019. This is a really spicy iris. The original Pasha de Cartier was very masculine, leaning a little bit more on the green side. This one has the iris, it has a spicy kick to it, but it also has like this musky, ambery backdrop that I really enjoy. I'm actually gonna be reviewing this one too. And so I find that this one is a little bit more taking risks. I find that this one is a little bit more contemporary, and to my nose, it's a little bit more interesting. Now, I know the original is a classic, and I'm not saying that I don't like the original, but I find that in terms of the types of fragrances somebody like myself would be inclined to wear, especially in the year 2021, I would definitely wear this one over the original. So the next one is a flanker. I'm pretty sure it's a flanker, but it's a very different presentation from the original. And this one by Carolina Herrera is called CH for Men Privé, or CH Privé. Now, CH for Men had this sugar leather combination. This one I find to be a little bit darker while still having those leathery nuances, a little bit of the spice, definitely has a gourmand vibe to it as well. And a big shout out to my friend Dan for actually sending me his bottle of CH Privé. He saw in one of my previous videos that my bottle had completely run out, and he hooked me up. Brother, you didn't have to do that, but here I am thanking you on camera. So I really appreciate the gesture. The next one is like one of my favorite fragrances. I absolutely love this one by Tom Ford. It's Noir Extreme. So the original Noir is very resinous. This one has this spicy vanilla note added to it. And again, like I said, I'm a huge fan of the gourmand genre. So whenever it comes to gourmand fragrances, I usually take a liking to them. But I find this one to be more flirtatious, more seductive, more romantic. And there's a certain element about it that makes you, you know, a bit more attractive, if you will, like makes people draw in closer to you, as opposed to the original, which is kind of on the darker and mysterious side. So I think it's a matter of personal preference, to be honest with you. If you prefer something that's a little bit darker, you don't want to smell sweet, you don't want to smell floral, you don't want to smell like you're leaning in one of these directions, you want that emphasis on the resins, then I would definitely go with the original, but I personally love the Noir Extreme version. The next one is a slight variation of the original DNA, but I find that this one lasts longer, it performs better, it's a little darker and richer as well. By Yves Saint Laurent, this one is Y Le Parfum. Just what I said, it's darker, richer, performs better. This one, in my opinion, was a no-brainer. As soon as I got my hands on it, I said, okay, I think I can retire the original, which is a little bit more citrus leaning, and it's a little fresher. And so if that's your thing, you just want something that's not going to be too dark, something that's not going to be too long lasting, something where you are guaranteed to not offend anybody because of the lightness of the composition, I would say go with the original, but Le Parfum is really where it's at for me. The next one is by the company Casa Moratti, which is under the Xerjoff umbrella, and this one is called Mephisto Gentiluomo. So I actually purchased this one over the summer last year, and I have been wearing it ever since. I really love the smell of this one. It's citrusy, it's creamy, it's bright, it's effervescent, and it's original. So I found that the original one actually smelled closer to Silver Mountain Water by Creed, and so I didn't find it to be too unique or too original, but redemption is certainly served in Mephisto Gentiluomo. I love this fragrance, and I will always have a bottle of this in my collection. It lifts my spirits, and it puts me in a good mood whenever I wear it. The next one is from last year, actually, but this fragrance was originally composed several years ago by Christian Dior. This one is Dior Homme Intense. Now, of course, the original Dior Homme is the classic iris note that everybody knows and talks about. It's masculine, but it's metrosexual at the same time. You know, it's marketed for men. But I find that Dior Homme Intense, with the vanilla, the musk mallow, that pear nuance that it contains, It's a little bit more to my liking because, like I said, I prefer fragrances that are a little bit on the sweeter side. And I feel like there was an element of complexity in Dior Homme Intense, and also, believe it or not, in the Parfum version that you don't find in the original. Now, I know the original by Olivier Polge is a classic, and of course, there are a lot of fans of the original out there, but I personally love the Intense version. And so let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below if you do have experience with the Dior Homme line, which I'm sure many, if not all of you do. Let me know which one is your favorite. And that brings us, of course, to the number one spot. This was definitely a no-brainer. It's a little bit darker, very similar to the original, but the increase in performance just really made this one a no-brainer. This one is definitely better than the original. And this one is Versace Eros Eau de Parfum. So the Eau de Toilette came out several years ago. What was it, 2012, 2013? And, you know, people always talk about how the reformulations don't last as long and the formula has gotten considerably weaker. Here, all of those issues are remedied. All of those problems are solved. You do get that mint, tonka bean, vanilla thing going on in there. It's creamy. It's great for the office. It is a compliment getter, good for clubbing scenarios. You know, if you're going out on a date, Versace Eros Eau de Parfum is 100% better than the Eau de Toilette, aka the original. So there you have it, ladies and gents. These have been just 10 fragrances randomly selected from my collection, and they're all flankers, and in my opinion, I think they're better than the original. Let me know, leave a comment down below, which of these do you agree with? Which of these do you disagree with? Also, if you would like to see me do this video on 10 more fragrances from my collection, or if you would like to see the inverse of this, 10 originals that are better than the flanker, let me know, leave a comment down below. My intuition is kind of telling me I'm gonna make that video anyway, just because it sounds like a fun topic. But thank you all so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate the interaction, the viewership, the support. It means a lot to me. Again, if you're new to this channel and you took something of value from this video, if you found this video to be entertaining in any way, please do consider supporting this channel by subscribing to it. All you have to do is click on that red button in the corner. And again, make sure to enable notifications by clicking on the bell. Thanks again for watching. Love you all. And we'll see you soon. Bye.